Hello, welcome. I am Tia. If we haven't met over video or in person, it is so good to virtually meet you. Right now, we are in inquiry season. So many amazing couples got engaged over the last couple of months, from Thanksgiving through the holidays, through New Year's Day, and it's an exciting time. People are now putting on their panties and getting ready to plan, which means they're reaching out to you. Any inquiry that lands in your inbox is precious, and so I'm going to show you how to convert them today. Today, we're chatting about 5 ways to stand out with inquiries, to absolutely bless them and pop out of their inbox when they are fishing through a sea of amazing photographers. So, number 1, I encourage you to send a web page with your pricing versus a PDF. The first reason is a lot of people are seeing an increase in their inquiry responses landing up in spam folders. We have been, which has been really unique for us. We've never really experienced that with our platform and with having a hello@CameronandTia.com, so our own domain name, and our email address. But what's really important about sending a web page instead of a PDF is if you're sending a PDF, the likelihood of it landing in a spam folder is much higher. Any sort of attachment is going to be flagged by Gmail, by whatever web server, and it's much more likely that if this is the first email that you're ever sending to this couple and you're sending it with an attachment, red alert. So send a web page. I also recommend a web page because you can make it look literally the same as your beautiful PDF that you have, especially if you're using a designer like Showit. If you have that web platform, you are able to really customize it however you'd like. But it also allows you to update pricing so much easier and allows you to get out of sticky situations. If a couple reaches out and you send out your pricing and they don't respond for 2 months and you've increased your pricing in between there, you might have safeguarded yourself a bit by saying, hey, this pricing guide is only good for 30 days, but they're still going to reach out and say, oh, but I have this pricing guide and it says 4,000 instead of 4,200. If you have a pricing web page, you're going to be able to update that pricing. Everyone who comes back to it is going to see it that way, especially if they're sending it out to friends, to family to say, hey, do you think that this is of value? Do you think this is a good pricing model? They're going to see the most up-to-date pricing. So that's my tip number 1. Tip number 2, send them a text after you send their inquiry. So most people's inquiry forms will ask for both their email address and their phone number. That's great because especially if they make a typo in their email address, you're able to then send them a quick text. Hey, I saw that you inquired. I'm so excited, but I think your email address was just slightly off. Can I grab your correct email address? If you didn't have that phone number, there's no way to reach out to them. But what I've loved to do is to connect with them on another level, to get on their radar. So I send their inquiry email back to them, send the pricing, send all that good stuff. And then I shoot them a quick text to say, hey girls, so excited to see that this came through. We are pumped. You guys sound absolutely freaking adorable. Whatever personal connection that I can make from their inquiry. And then say that I just sent over all of our pricing and all of our details. Let me know if you didn't get it. Or go ahead and check your spam if you don't see it. Otherwise, let me know and I'll be able to forward it over to you again. Just to make that extra point of contact, if it sits in someone's spam folder for 2 weeks, they're going to think you ghosted them and they're not going to be interested anymore, or they might never know. They might think that you ghosted them forever. So that's a really important tip. Tip number 3. Send a personalized video. So we use a tool called Wisteria. Actually, as I'm saying that doesn't sound quite right. It's under the brand Wisteria, but it's called Soapbox. Okay, I had to look it up for y'all because it's key. And it's actually Wistia. So I'm gonna just spell Soapbox for you. It's soap, S-O-A-P, box, B-O-X. I'll put it down below. And Soapbox is a tool where it houses videos for you right online, right on their platform. So it's not like if I want to make a personalized video for my couple, I need to record it, I need to edit it, I need to upload it to YouTube, unlist it, and then put that link in there. No. Soapbox is amazing because you make the video right on that platform. It can be of your face, it can be of a little screen share, and then it like houses it right through there. And then it gives you a link. You can also make like a little cover photo of whatever. Obviously, I'm throwing double peace signs. And then you're able to like embed it right into your email inquiry response. It's amazing to make a personal connection, especially to get face-to-face. I know most of us are doing online consults right now, and so even that doesn't really feel face-to-face. So right now I can get a face-to-face virtual in their email inquiry, which is amazing. It just allows that extra level of personalization. We will also do things like if they mention a cool vacation that they took to whatever place, or a venue that we haven't shot at before, but it looks amazing. I will pull it up on my screen and we'll bounce back and forth between our faces and the screen saying, oh my gosh, Willowbrook looks so gorgeous. We cannot believe this bridal suite. And we're kind of showing them visually. It's this other added element of not only did they read through my inquiry that the client is thinking, but they're also thinking, wow, they put some extra research into this. They looked up this vacation spot that we went to that most people have not heard of. They're really invested into this. So that's an amazing tip. Check it out. Another way to go above and beyond, make a little GIF of you. GIFs are obviously getting super, super popular, but you can make a little GIF of you like dancing or like excited or like popping champagne. And that's just something cute that gets your face in there again, gets that personal connection to just pop that in your email inquiry. Again, we're just looking for a way to stand out. They're going to be inquiring to maybe 8 different photographers. And how can you take it to the next level? Next, number 5, follow them on Insta and interact. Now, this is a bit controversial because I know some people don't like to kind of bridge that gap of stalking, that kind of vibe. I used to feel a little bit nervous about things like this, about seeking out people, about following them and interacting with them. And then I was like, wait a minute. If I was in their shoes, if I was a bride inquiring to all these photographers, and then a photographer followed me and then started commenting on my engagement, my proposal photo, and was like, oh my gosh, this is so cute, I would feel honored. I would feel so amazed by that. I would never be like, wait, this is super creepy. This is stalkery. What? I'm annoyed by this. And I might not be your ideal client, but that's how I felt. And so that's how I've approached things from there on out. I've kind of made that mindset shift of, no, let's seek them out. Let's give them some praise. Let's show them that we're thinking about them. Show them that we're interested in them. And so if we get an inquiry and I'm like, ooh, I love this couple. I don't do it to every single couple. Not necessarily worth that, but I love this couple. I'm really into their message. They seem like a great vibe. I'll find them on Instagram then, and then I'll go through, I'll like a couple of photos. I'll comment on some things saying, oh my gosh, this is amazing, especially proposal photos because those will be really recent. And it's a great way to just get front of mind for them. They might have inquired to 4 photographers and you might have been number 4. You're not really on their radar. They were just like, this looks kind of good. Let's check this out. And then you make that connection and they're like, wait, this could be a really good fit. I'm going to look at their Insta more now. Maybe I hadn't really looked into it. I just kind of scrolled through it. I'm going to watch their highlights now. I'm going to keep track of their stories, and you get way more on their radar. Again, y'all, we're just looking for ways to stand out. And then number 6 is easy. It's basic. You've heard it a million times, but respond ASAP. I know that a lot of people like to have different boundaries of email on their phones or of only responding during certain business hours. And inquiries is one thing that we personally make an exception for. If we're eating dinner and it is just me and my husband, and my husband is my business partner, so it's not like I'm inflicting on family time with kids or with a partner who is not my business partner. But if we're eating dinner and something amazing comes through, we're going to pause and we're going to go respond to that. If it's something amazing, because that really makes the difference. If people are not getting inquiries, getting back to them in 48 hours, they might have already scheduled 2 consults with 2 other photographers who got back to them in 24, or who got back to them in 1 hour, or who got back to them 5 minutes later. So I know there are boundaries, and boundaries are super, super important. I think it's just evaluating what's kind of that threshold for you. If a certain inquiry comes through, does that mean that you leave dinner really quick? Or if a certain inquiry comes through, does that mean that you schedule it out that night, but you love to send things only at business hours? So you use Gmail's send later to send it at 8 a.m. the next day. And that's totally fine. I just know that timing is so important when clients are planning weddings, and it makes or breaks. So those are my 6 tips. I hope they were super helpful. I hope you have an amazing inquiry season. I hope that bookings are up and things are looking absolutely amazing. That's what's up. So have a wonderful week. Thanks so much for being part of our community. Bye.